I don't think I've seen anything like it since Messi.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
He's the chosen one after Messi.
The best player in the world right now is Lamine Yamal.
I think he's the best player in the world, to be honest.
The 17-year-old, I think, is doing things that no other 17-year-old's ever done in football. I think at the moment, I don't know if there's anyone more exciting to go to a stadium and watch right now.
Right, so you've seen that goal. You know the one. Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, top corner, absolute screamer. And you're sitting there thinking, how does someone that young strike a ball like that? Well, I'm about to tell you exactly how he does it, and more importantly, how you can do it too. But here's the thing. Everyone thinks it's just about power. Hit hard, right? Wrong. Yamal's finishing is built on 3 specific technical elements that almost nobody talks about. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand every single one of them. Stick with me, because in about 10 minutes, your shooting technique is going to be completely different. Let's get into it. So first things first, watch any Yamal goal compilation and you'll notice something weird. He rarely runs straight at the ball. Ever wondered why? The secret is in his approach angle. When Yamal sets up to shoot, he approaches the ball at roughly 30 to 45 degrees. Not straight on, not from the side, but that perfect middle ground. And this changes absolutely everything about the shot. Here's why this matters. When you run straight at the ball, your hips are square to the goal. Sound good, right? But it actually limits your hip rotation. You lose maybe 40% of the power you could generate. But when you approach at an angle like Yamal does, your hips are already preloaded. You're creating a longer rotation arc, which means more speed through the ball. Think about a golf swing. Golfers don't stand square to the ball and just swing their arms. They rotate their whole body. Same principle here. Now, here's the exact drill to master this. Place a ball down. Instead of running straight at it from behind, start about 3 meters back and 2 meters to the side. So if you're right-footed, you want to be 2 meters to the left of the ball. Now, when you approach, you're coming in at that angle naturally. The first few times you do this, it's going to feel weird. Totally normal. Your brain is used to running straight at the ball. But after 20 or 30 repetitions, something clicks. You'll feel that extra rotation in your hips, and suddenly the ball is flying off your foot differently. Yamal does this instinctively now. He's been doing it since he was at Lamine Yamal as a kid. But you can train this into your muscle memory in a couple of weeks if you're consistent. Alright, now we're getting into the really specific stuff. Your planted foot, the one that doesn't touch the ball. Most players completely ignore this, and it's costing them meters of distance and kilos of power. Watch Yamal closely when he shoots. His planted foot isn't just next to the ball. It's positioned exactly 15 to 20 centimeters to the side of the ball, and it's pointing directly where he wants the ball to go. Every single time. This is massive. Your planted foot is your aiming system. If it's pointing to the right of the goal, even by a few degrees, your shot is going right. If it's too far from the ball, you can't get over the shot and it flies. If it's too close, you're cramped and you lose power. Yamal has this dialed in perfectly. That 15 to 20 centimeter distance gives him the optimal balance between power and control. His foot is close enough to generate force, but far enough to allow his striking leg to swing through freely. Here's how you train this. Get some tape or draw a line on the ground. Place a ball down. Now place your planted foot exactly 15 centimeters to the side, with your foot pointing straight ahead like an arrow. Take the shot. Do it again and again. You're building muscle memory here. After 50 shots, your body starts to understand where that foot needs to be. After 200 shots, it becomes automatic. You won't even think about it anymore. And here's a game-changer tip. Film yourself. Seriously. Just prop your phone up and record yourself taking 10 shots. Then watch it back. You'll be shocked at where your planted foot actually is compared to where you think it is. Most players are way off without realizing it. Now let's talk about the moment of contact. This is where good shooting becomes elite shooting. Yamal doesn't hit the ball with his toes. He doesn't hit it with his laces exactly either. He strikes the ball with the area where his laces meet the inside of his foot. It's about a 5 centimeter sweet spot, and this is absolutely crucial. Why? Because this area gives you both power and accuracy. Pure laces give you power, but less control. Inside of the foot gives you control, but less power. Yamal has found the perfect middle ground. But here's what separates him from everyone else: the contact point on the ball itself. He strikes the ball just below the horizontal center line, maybe 2 to 3 centimeters below the middle. This creates that perfect trajectory. Powerful but dipping, rising slightly but not ballooning over. You've seen those shots that just keep rising and end up in rosy? That's because they hit too low on the ball. You've seen shots that are powerful but go straight at the keeper's chest? That's hitting too high on the ball, so there's no elevation. Yamal's contact point creates that golden trajectory. The ball rises enough to beat a keeper who's set, but dips enough to stay under the bar, even from 20 meters out. Here's the drill. Get a marker and draw a small circle on your ball about 2 centimeters below the center. That's your target. Every shot you take, you're aiming to hit that circle with your laces to inside foot sweet spot. First time you do this, you'll probably miss that circle 8 times out of 10. That's fine. You're reprogramming your muscle memory. After a week of daily practice, you'll be hitting it 5 times out of 10. After a month, it becomes second nature. Right, so you've got the approach angle sorted. Your planted foot is perfect. You're hitting the right spot on the ball. But if your follow-through is wrong, you're still going to mishit it. Let me explain. Watch Yamal after he strikes the ball. His striking foot doesn't just stop. It continues through and up, finishing high, almost at hip level. And his whole body is moving forward over the ball. This follow-through is what transfers all that generated power into the ball. It's like throwing a punch. If you pull back right after contact, you lose all your power. But if you follow through, that's when you get the knockout. The key thing Yamal does is he keeps his chest over the ball throughout the entire motion. From the moment he plants his foot to the moment he follows through, his upper body is leaning forward slightly, maybe 10 to 15 degrees. This keeps the shot down and accurate. You see players who lean back when they shoot. That's why their shots go flying into the stands. Your chest position controls your shot trajectory more than almost anything else. Here's how you practice this. Set up a ball. Before you even shoot, get into position and freeze. Check your chest. Is it over the ball? Is your upper body leaning slightly forward? Good. Now, take the shot and make sure your striking foot finishes high. Do this slowly at first, like really slowly. Half-pace shots where you're focusing entirely on form. Once the form is perfect, then you add power. Never the other way around. Now we're getting into the stuff that really makes Yamal's shooting special. Power generation. And no, it doesn't come from your leg. Not primarily, anyway. Yamal generates his power from his hips and core. Watch him in slow motion. Just before he strikes, there's this explosive rotation of his hips. His upper body whips around. His core is tight and engaged. And then, almost as an afterthought, his leg swings through. This is how you get those 30-meter screamers without even looking like you've tried that hard. It's not about swinging your leg as hard as possible. It's about creating a kinetic chain. Ground, through your planted foot, up through your hips, through your core, and finally into your striking leg. Think about it like cracking a whip. The handle doesn't move that fast, but the tip of the whip breaks the sound barrier. Same thing. Your hips don't need to move crazy fast, but if you use them correctly, your foot will fly through the ball. Here's the drill for this. Stand on one leg. Just stand there balanced. Now rotate your hips left and right without moving your planted foot. Feel those muscles engaging? That's your power source. Now add the ball. Approach, plant, and before you strike, think about rotating your hips first. Let that rotation pull your leg through. It'll feel weird at first, but after a few sessions, you'll notice your shots are flying faster without you swinging harder. And here's something else about power that nobody talks about. Your arms. Yeah, you heard that right. Watch him all again. His arms aren't just hanging there. As he rotates his hips, his arms swing naturally to create balance and add to that rotational force. His non-kicking side arm comes across his body, while his other arm extends back slightly. This isn't just for show, it's physics. When you rotate your arms in sync with your hips, you're increasing your angular momentum. You're making your whole body part of the shot, not just your leg. Try this. Take a shot with your arms pinned to your sides. Feels weak, right? Now, take the same shot, but let your arms swing naturally. Massive difference. You'll feel more balanced, more powerful, and more in control. The key is to keep it natural. Don't force your arm movements. Just let them flow with your hip rotation. After a while, your body will find its own rhythm, just like Yamal has. Right technique is massive, but here's something most people completely ignore. Yamal's decision-making and confidence. Watch him in games. When he gets the ball in a shooting position, there's zero hesitation. He's already decided he's shooting before he even receives the ball. This split-second head start is the difference between getting the shot off and getting blocked. But it's not just confidence. It's also shot selection. Yamal doesn't just blast every ball that comes near him. He understands angles. He understands when to shoot, when to take another touch, when to pass. From 20 meters out, central position, keeper slightly off his line, he's shooting. Tight angle, 30 meters out, 3 defenders in the way, he's probably not shooting. Sounds obvious, but you'd be amazed how many players make the wrong choice in these moments. Here's how you develop this. Start watching professional games differently. Don't just watch the ball. Watch the players off the ball. Watch when strikers decide to shoot and when they don't. Start to recognize patterns. Then, in training, set yourself rules. If you're inside the box and have a clear sight of goal, you're shooting. No matter what, build that instinct. Build that confidence. Now, let's talk about visualization. This is huge. Before Yamal even touches the ball, he's already seen the shot in his mind. Top corner, bottom corner, near post. He's visualized it hundreds of times. You can do this too. Spend 5 minutes before each training session just standing there, eyes closed, visualizing perfect shots. See yourself approaching the ball at the right angle. Feel your planted foot positioning. See the ball flying into the top corner. Hear the net ripple. This isn't some mystical nonsense. This is sports psychology that every elite athlete uses. When you visualize something repeatedly, your brain starts to treat it as a real memory. So when you're in that actual game situation, your brain thinks it's been here before. You're calmer, more confident, more likely to execute. And here's another mental trick. Keep a shooting diary. After every training session or game, write down what worked and what didn't. Did your approach angle feel right? Was your planted foot position consistent? Did you strike the ball cleanly? Over time, you'll start to see patterns. Maybe you shoot better after taking a touch first. Maybe you're more accurate with your left foot than you thought. Maybe you always miss low when you're tired. This self-awareness is what separates good players from great players. All right, so you've got all the techniques. Now let's put together a training plan you can actually use. Week 1 to 2. Focus purely on the approach angle and planted foot position. Take 50 shots each session. Slow, deliberate, focusing only on those 2 elements. Don't worry about power yet. Start with static ball shooting. Just you, a ball, and a goal. No pressure, no defenders. Place the ball down, take 5 steps back and 2 steps to the side, then approach at that 30 to 45 degree angle. Make sure your planted foot is 15 to 20 centimeters to the side of the ball, pointing at your target. Do 10 shots, then check your foot marks in grass. Are they consistent? Are they in the same position relative to the ball every time? If not, adjust and keep going. Week 3 to 4, add in the strike point. You're still doing 50 shots a session, but now you're trying to hit that sweet spot on the ball every time. Film yourself. Check your form. Here's a killer drill for this phase. Get 3 different color markers. Mark 3 balls with 3 different target points. 1 just below center, 1 at dead center, 1 slightly above center. Practice hitting each one and notice how the ball trajectory changes. This builds your understanding of ball contact points better than anything else. Also, start adding movement. Instead of static ball shooting, have someone roll the ball to you at walking pace. Receive it, take one touch to set it up, then shoot. You're starting to add realistic game elements now. Week 5 to 6, now we add power. Start incorporating the hip rotation and follow through. Your shots should be starting to feel completely different now. This is where resistance training helps. Do squats, deadlifts, and core work on your off days. Strong legs and core equal more powerful shots. Yamal spends hours in the gym working on his lower body strength, and it shows in how he strikes the ball. On the pitch, practice explosive shooting. Set up 5 balls in a line, each 2 meters apart. Sprint to the first, shoot, sprint to the second, shoot. Keep going until you've hit all 5. Rest for 2 minutes, then repeat. This builds your ability to shoot powerfully even when you're tired, which is crucial for late game situations. Weeks 7 to 8, put it all together. Game situation practice. Have a teammate pass you the ball from different angles. Receive, set up, shoot. You're building that match speed decision-making now. Set up small-sided games. 3v3 or 4v4 on a small pitch with small goals. Every time you get the ball in shooting range, you have to shoot. No passing allowed. This forces you to take shots in tight spaces, under pressure, which is exactly what you'll face in real matches. Do this consistently, and I promise you, your shooting will transform. It's not magic. It's just proper technique drilled into your muscle memory. One final thing, keep a training log. Write down how many shots you took, how many you scored, what felt good, what felt off. Track your progress. There's something powerful about seeing improvement written down in black and white. It keeps you motivated when progress feels slow. So there you have it. The complete breakdown of how Lamine Yamal shoots a football. The approach angle, the planted foot, the strike point, the follow-through, the power generation, and the mental side. Look, Yamal's been training this stuff since he was 7 years old at La Masia. You're not going to master it overnight. But if you put in the work, if you do these drills consistently, in a few months you'll be striking the ball better than you ever have. Try this stuff out. Let me know in the comments how it goes. And if this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe because I've got loads more technique breakdowns coming. Now get out there and start putting these into practice. See you in the next one.